Holla back. I've returned with part 2 of Fuck This, I'm Ready to Be on TV and Film. And last time we talked about why the hell you're not on a TV show and how you want to change that. And that talent is great, whatever, but if you look at Netflix and Amazon, which are the new platforms where everybody's getting introduced and people with no TV credits are starring in shows, now would be the time to figure out how they did that. Right? Half of New York City's acting community is on Luke Cage, for the grace of God. So anything is possible. I mean, no credits. None. So what is stopping you? And when you get rid of all the other variables of why something hasn't happened and you see it happening to everybody around you who is as talented as you are and you're doing exactly what they do, and it's not happening for you, then the one constant here is you. And I'm not going to say it's you're not talented enough. I'm going to say you're stuck because you don't believe it's possible. So that's the first thing you have to move out of the way if you really want to be on TV. This idea that it's not possible for me, that happens to other people. You know, the adjustment is, why not me? Why not? Why not? Once you make that adjustment, right, write down for yourself a list, all the reasons why you want to be an actor on TV and in TV and film, and the reasons that you're not. Most of the reasons that you're not are in your head. They're not true. You may believe them, they feel that way, but they're not true. But what is true and what is the constant is why you want to be in TV and film, why you want to be an actor. You wouldn't want it if it wasn't for you, right? So, the first thing is to adjust that it can't happen to me to why not me? And once you've made that adjustment, the world is your oyster, right? Last time we talked about tone. That was clearly one of the most important things. You're going into an audition, you're listening, you're responding, it's great. Why doesn't it feel right? Why you're not getting the call back? Why do you go to these classes with these casting directors and they're like, oh, I don't believe you. But they don't tell you why they don't believe you. They don't give you the tools to nail the audition. And from all your training, you're like, I'm listening and responding, I'm working moment to moment. Are you? Right? That's what we covered in the last video. Tone of the show and what moment to moment on camera actually means. On camera, working moment to moment means you have not shaped out what the acting moment is. You know how people get their sides? And I'm going to break all the rules of acting school. They're like, get your sides in and write down your action line by line. Well, guess what's happening on camera, which is different from theater. In theater, it's you and your acting partner and lots of beautiful language, right? In TV and film, it's you, your acting partner, and the camera, which is this invasive eye that is streaming right into your brain, into your self-conscious, and saying, I'm not interested in what your mouth is doing. I'm interested if your mind is actually following your mouth. Is your self-conscious really feeling that action that you just decided was what you were going to do? Are you really doing that in the moment, or did you rehearse it? Right? The camera is the difference. It's why it changes the acting. The camera is looking to catch you lying. The camera doesn't exist in theater. So that means when you're acting on camera, there's a huge adjustment that has to take place. You actually, if you are falling in love, you actually really need to be falling in love on camera, not because you rehearsed it. Right? It's all in the psychology. It's all in listening, moment to moment. It's all in allowing what the other person is saying to you, what they are doing with their eyes, that actually happening to you in real time in the moment. That's not something you can predict. And the camera wants to see that miracle, right? In human interaction and emotion. So that's the first thing about working moment to moment camera and how it's different from what you've been trained to do. And the second thing is that the tone of shows has to do with stand-up comedians writing their own shows. So you have to adjust to the humor. You have to adjust to the way they throw away the lines. You have to adjust to the way that their psychology works, right? So these become the variables that affect an on-camera audition. And there's something you have to get in a room and learn, which is why I'm doing these videos, which is why I'm doing the free class on Tuesday. Because I can talk you through it, or I can walk you through it. And once I walk you through it, it's a tool that you can take with you to any audition. Now, the next piece that happens is the piece around a business strategy. In order to get auditions, okay, you have to be on a casting director's go-to list, or have a manager and an agent who have a lot of street cred, who can pick up the phone and get you the audition even without having lots of credits. Or you have to have just shot something and done really, really, really well, and it showed in prime time, and everybody in New York saw you on it. Or you have to have just been in a show and got a huge New York Times review from Charles Isherwood or Ben Brantley, and everybody in town is talking about you. You have to have heat, and in lieu of having the job that creates the heat, you need a team that can create heat. And you know what gives a team, and by team I mean your casting directors, agents, and managers, and mostly managers and your agents who fight for you. If they don't have the heat, then you better have the heat. What makes an agent or a manager have heat? The same thing that makes you have heat. They have a bunch of clients who are on television shows right now. Because that means for every single one of their clients that's on a television show, they negotiated that deal. They now have a working relationship with the producers of that show, the director, and the casting director. And the casting director is saying, this agent or manager equals dollars for me because their client's book. So the more working clients that your agent or manager has, the more heat they have, and the more likely when they pick up the phone and call to try and get you an audition, you're getting the audition because they have the heat. See how that works? That's why this is called a business. It's called show business, not talent business. Nobody cares about your talent. Look at TV. Half of these great shows, you can cut it right down the middle. Half of the people on those shows are amazing actors. The other half are amazing hustlers. That's it. That's it. Now you can wait on talent to get you there, and that may or may not ever happen. Sorry, those are the numbers. Talent and luck. Or business strategy, a strategic plan, and hustle like there's no tomorrow. Or make your own work. These are the options. Now, my cat is about to lose her mind, so I'm gonna move her back down on the floor. Thanks so much. Okay, so the business plan is everything. And here's a time where you turn off the video right now if you're thinking, well, I'm not gonna get a safety job, I'm not gonna do business, I'm not gonna have a brand, I'm not gonna do all of that and have a reel and all of that. I'm just an artist. Here's the time where people who feel that way should turn off the video, because that's not what I'm teaching. You should just go and do your art and wait to be discovered if that's important to you or not, or whatever. Just go do your art. That's what's important to you. If buying your mama a house, paying off your student loans, sending your child to college, and doing what you love for a living while getting paid what you're worth is important to you, then you would keep listening to this video right now, because you are truly at fuck this, and you are ready to do whatever is necessary to make sure that you are a working actor earning what you deserve to be paid. You went to school for it. You spent 2 years in somebody's studio in New York City shelling out thousands of dollars. You deserve to be paid what you're worth. And you're ready to do whatever is necessary to make sure those two meet. If you're not, turn off the video. If you are, then Tuesday's class is where your ass needs to be. Because here are the options. You can work on this business plan. You can work on nailing tone. You can work on building relationships or researching people who actually have real street cred as agents and managers who can really fight for you. Or you can work on getting into a project in the next month or so that's going to get you a big New York Times review, because New York Times reviews are the only thing that matters. Broadway shows open and close based on New York Times reviews. Movies stay in theaters the second weekend after their opening based on New York Times reviews. If you suck in the New York Times, according to their review, you can bet your bottom dollar that movie will be moved out of AMC and Lowe's theaters week 2. The New York Times is God, right? A New York Times review can get you an agent if you use it right, if you use it properly, if you use it to market yourself and get on the phone and push and have a social media strategy to make sure everybody in the world knows you got that review, right? If you have a list of the casting directors and agents who are casting the shows that you want to be on, and you've already set up a strategy to target them. Do you have a reel? This is the biggest one in the world. I want to be on TV, I want to be on TV and film, I want to be on TV and film. Okay, what are the top 10 television shows that are filming in your area right now? Do you know? Then you full of shit. What are the top 10 casting directors who are casting stuff that you're right for in your area right now? If you don't know, then you're full of shit. This is all stuff that you can do right now that will get you closer to being on TV and film. Do you have 10 scenes from the top 10 shows being shot in your area? Do you have the sides already? Could you audition for those sides tomorrow morning? Then you're full of shit. These are all things you could do. So you're going to get the audition tomorrow. Are you ready to go in for House of Cards? Have you ever worked on that material? No? Then you're full of shit. You're not at fuck this. Maybe you're not full of shit. You're probably just not at fuck this yet, which is fine. I'm really about being at fuck this, because I'm trying to have a house and send a child to college, you know, have a wedding, have like a real person life instead of the gypsy starving life. You know, maybe you have to do gypsy and starving for a little while longer to get to fuck this. I don't know. Took me like 15 years. I'm clearly at fuck this, right? I need to be paid back all the money that I spent getting this training, right? So when you were at fuck this, these are the kinds of business strategies that you have in place. The business strategy, the tone. I'm not going to talk about the business strategy in Tuesday's class. That's for another day. Tuesday's class is going to be about how to nail that on camera audition. But what you need to do between now and then is get those scenes, download them, listen to the shows, scenes that you are dead on for, and put them bitches on tape. You don't need to spend any money to do that. You could put those things on tape this weekend. You could get in practice in how to do them. And then once you put them on tape for yourself, put them on your phone or whatever, rehearse them. When they're great, send them to Brent Katz. I love him. He does all the reels for my clients. He's done all my reels. He's done all my promotional reels for films and movies and plays I've been in, for my Kickstarter campaign, the Good Bread Alley Kickstarter. He created a movie out of some clippings that I had, basically, a video. He's a genius. It doesn't take you booking a job to have a reel, but I will tell you this, no one in a New York City casting office, in a New York City agency who works in TV and film is going to give you a shot without a reel. Plain and simple. You want to get signed? Get a reel. It ain't got to be a real TV shows. It can be a high quality audition reel, right? Just like Gabby Sidibe sent in a reel, put herself on tape on YouTube to get Precious and book the job. Hello. Right? The lead of Luke Cage, right? The beautiful young woman that's detective. I'm old, I can't remember her name right now. She's amazing. Simone. She put herself on tape. And she got the job. The lead. She had like 5 credits. Like, guest stars under 5s. All of this is possible. Your homework now, put yourself on tape this weekend. Start practicing for where you want to be, not where you are. Keep listening to the videos. My cats will be here. This is Lisbon. And we will be waiting for you on Tuesday to work on this material. All right? Let's do this. Please comment if you're seeing this on Facebook. Send me your comments. Send me your thoughts. Send me your questions. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to find out more about the class and see the other videos, go to thedreamunlocked.com. All one word. The Dream Unlocked. Because I'm about unlocking dreams. Oh my God. This is so much fun. Okay. I have to go now. I can't wait to hear your questions. In our next video, we are going to talk about, once you have that business plan, how you're putting together that reel, right? How you are going to be working in TV and film this fall. Love you. Mean it. That's all I got. Bye-bye.